Good morning, everyone. I am bleary-eyed, but very bushy-tailed this morning. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see. There is a huge, can you see that out of my window? That is either a huge bird of prey or a red kite sitting in the tree outside of my dressing room window. Just keeping an eye on me. Do you like my outfit? I really like my outfit today, so I hope you do. As I was saying, good morning. I feel like a different human today because I am going into London to go and be a guest on Amanda Wakely's Style DNA podcast. I'm not even going to get into how long I've been a fan of Amanda Wakely, so this is a real pinch me moment. But the fact that I have basically been either living in cashmere loungewear or breeches that smell faintly of horse poo for the last few weeks, I knew I was going to go all out. I could go for that like nonchalant, effortless kind of style and just look like I just happened. I mean, I don't often do that anyway, but today is not that day. Today is a day for a full Lydia Millen-esque outfit, especially when today is also the Oscar de la Renta show, and I'm very, very excited to just catch up. I hope I'll be able to see it somewhere. To see what my favourite looks are, because it's one of my favourites. But my outfit for today, I'm going for midwinter to spring. This is the brown pleated Amelia Wickstead dress that I bought last year that had tailored in so that it fits on the waist. I popped it over a little white shirt. I've got chocolate Emmy London shoes because I really wanted my outfit today to be a bit of like a celebration of British, because I think that's a huge part of my style, and when going on a Style DNA podcast, I think those things should be included. So I'm wearing Amelia Wickstead as the dress, then this is a bespoke made Souster and Hicks shirt, so it's made to fit perfectly on my shoulders. My shoes are Emmy London, my fragrance is Jo Malone Wild Bluebell, my earrings are Karen Millen. What else is, oh, I'm wearing a Holland Cooper coat over the top because it's raining. I've made the decision for hair down. You might be looking at me thinking, Lydia, your hair is not down. I've got 3 clips holding it up so that it keeps the sort of blow dry-esque to it. Obviously, my bag is Hermes, but this is bought through a British brand, which was obviously Luxury Promise, so I still feel like that covers that base. But that is my outfit of the day. Don't ask about the thermals that are going on underneath this outfit, and when I say thermals, I am fully including the fact that above my knee has not been touched with any kind of hair removal for the last however many months. That is also keeping me warm. I can feel the fur. Anyway, that's my outfit for the day. I'm going to pop on my coat. The only thing that's worrying me is I'm worried I smell of food. That's my least favourite thing to smell of, but this is the chocolate brown greatcoat from Holland Cooper, and I feel like this goes so nicely with this dress, and I can obviously, you know, zhuzh it a little bit, pop the bag, that kind of thing. In fact, even inside my bag we have a celebration of British brands. We've got bagged, keeping all of my things nice and organised and safe. We've got Victoria Beckham in here. We've got loads of stuff. It's all going on. So that is what I am going to wear for the day. So let's get cracking for a day in London. Morning!
Good morning.
Nice early one, isn't it?
I always start this time. I personally like it.
Yeah, me too. With my girls, heading off to get our cab. Say morning, ladies.
Morning, ladies.
We have just arrived. We are actually going to her house as well to record this podcast. So I'm going to try and be as discreet as possible, but I'm very excited. Amanda Wakely's house, very cool.
Especially in tea. I feel like tea is like, it was made for milk. Like,
I'm not a tea drinker. I love a herbal.
yeah.
But I'm not a...
I will never say no, obviously, blanket will be fine, but whatever. I'm fine at the moment. I'm sure I'll be sweating in a minute when I get my stage fright.
Stage fright. Bright orange, and that might just get caught in the...
Oh my gosh, I feel so terrible.
Thank you. This is the luxury girl.
Yeah.
This is the luxury
Bougie
girl.
blankets.
This, I think, is yours.
Should I scoot in and get
Yes,
myself into
scoot in. Which you're going to sit there. Today, I'm going on a style journey with digital creator and author Lydia Millen. Hello and welcome, Lydia.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I've been holding off saying how grateful I am to be here all morning, but thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure.
To code my own websites, and I just used to take pictures on a digital camera when I was hanging out with my friends and document things then. That's years and years ago.
And did those pictures that you've been editing just go live?
Yes.
Without your knowledge?
As far as I remember, but don't worry, I didn't have any followers, so it's fine. The thing about this industry that I love so much is that it's that collaboration of the two. So we're sort of interpreting this product, what the brand stands for, in our own personal style way. It's a very, very small team. A very small team of very, very lovely people. It was funny, she went on holiday one year and she came back and just turned around to me and said, I've handed my notice at work. I was like, wow, love is where you're going to work. She was like, for you. I was like, oh, are you?
Do you ever get stressed by it? And do you ever get sort of content creation fatigue?
Well, I think to your first point about the tension that was there, I think that's to be expected at the time, because
Definitely.
change is so concerning when it's happening, and seeing something change like that and new industry come about. So I've always taken the thought process of, I understand that must have been really tough. I think seeing how so many magazines now have adapted, evolved, the type of content that they're doing now is so unique and incredible, and I'm really, really passionate about print publication still. I'm still very much a magazine reader, and so I'm someone that's always kind of championed and flown the flag with that one, but I love this industry so much, so I really hope that I'm well into my 70s and I'm still uploading videos onto YouTube. And
God, I hope you are too. But if number 10 came knocking and said to you and a group of your fellow content creators, digital creators, would need some help here, which is, not unheard of, that the government reaches out to different industries. What do you think would be your absolute non-negotiable that you would say to the government that this should be happening? Because it's a very new industry.
Probably say that I think we're incredibly good at preparing children nowadays for moving into work, life after school, university life, but I think that there is this new element to potentially the curriculum, potentially parenting, where we teach children safety online and almost online etiquette.
Were you very aware of your parents' style growing up?
I don't think I was aware of it growing up, but now I think I cannot believe how stylish my grandparents, my mum and dad were. When I look back at pictures, their outfits now, I wear them. I wear the same things.
If you were going back to visit Amitha now, how do you think you would dress?
I've always had a passion for well-made bags, and I think...
Does that mean expensive?
Sometimes I think, although nowadays I really feel like there are so many brands that are doing incredible things and making incredible quality bag collections. And that's something that I'm working on myself at the moment. I'm working with Fairfax and Faber to bring a really different feel to their bags. I've always had a bit of a change over the last year where I'm not wearing fake tan as much, whereas I've worn fake tan for years and years and years. I stopped, and I was actually saying to Charlotte earlier, I've reached that point in the year where none of my foundations match my skin because it has been winter for a very long time.
Fundamentally, who would you say you dress for? Yourself, Ali, your husband, your audience? Just a fact of life.
Yes, I think that's a journey that I've had to go on over the years, is marrying up my passion for style and personal style and clothing in that way with my love of nature, because I love the earth, and so I don't want to be compromising on two, and that's quite a conflicting place to exist. So I really have to find where I feel like I can do the most to help with that side of things.
Lydia, thank you so much. We've massively overrun our time, but I was just loving our conversation.
Well, I've had the best time. Thank you so much. I've not even touched my cup of tea. My emotional support cup of tea.
But thank you. What fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
What a pleasure.
Hi, we finished up the podcast now, and I am now in Selfridges, and we are heading, if you can hear me over the music, to find Rehab, which has just launched in Selfridges. We're going to do some stories and a little bit of content for them. I'm excited to see it. It's such an exciting day for them because they've got a launch in Boots as well that Stacey is at. We're going to go and find it. We have found the Rehab stand in Selfridges. A lovely reason to come in here now because you can try out all of the different hair oils and all of the different products that they have. I would highly recommend the shampoo sheets. These are something that I never thought would actually work, but these are so good for travel and so good for having in your gym bag. Also, I have just used the High Shine Finishing Hair Oil. This is probably my favourite fragrance, and I love how floral and elegant all of the fragrances are in here. A new hairspray, which I have never used before, and this is kind of like a water gel. So I've got that. I'm going to try it out with you later on this evening. But yes, very, very excited by this. I hope you can hear me as well. But yes, we're going to head home now and debrief. My goodness me, I am home, and it has been a whirlwind. I ended up going and seeing the new counter for Rehab hair in Selfridges. Definitely go and check out. It's definitely a reason to go and check out Selfridges. But I also picked up loads of bits when I was there. I picked up a top up of the Dose 2.0, which this is wonderful. Well, no, sorry, I was trying this for the first time. It's the 1.0 that is like the real original hair oil. And then I picked up this, which was new to me, the Dose 2.0, I believe. I don't believe I've tried this. I get confused. But this is like a finishing oil, which was perfect for me today. Having not brushed my hair, gone into London and needed something to give it a bit of life. And then obviously I had the podcast with Amanda Wakely. Please ignore the fact that I have my lights as well. I've been filming on my phone. The podcast with Amanda Wakely was absolutely surreal. I don't think I'll ever come down from it. She's fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and so beautiful in person. I genuinely could not believe how beautiful she is. Like, what an absolute powerhouse. And we chatted for so long. It was ridiculous. I've also returned home to that, ladies and gentlemen, is my Valentine's Day present from my husband. This is from a brand called Velvet Victoria. And when I tell you that I found this online, I was like, Ali, this is what I want for Valentine's Day. And my husband has made it happen. And the team at Velvet Victoria, despite the fact we bought this, okay, this is us, they made sure that it arrived in time for Valentine's Day. So I don't know if I'm gonna open this with you in this video, I don't know. But we are heading off now to see Ali's nan and hopefully pick up some bits for dinner. It's a here, there and everywhere day. I'm gonna pop on some cozy, comfy clothes because I was definitely a little bit premature with my pasty legs out in London today. It was so cold. The optimism was so there. I should have put on my thermals underneath my dress, but I just had these visions of my thermals peeking out at some stage in London, and I thought, no, I can't do it. Also, I just told Ali, I think I was on the train home with the boxer Tony Bellew. Bellew? I can't say his name. Pretty sure. We were bound for Liverpool, and he walked past me, and I was like, I think I've watched a few fights with you in. Very tall. And I was going to ask him for a picture, but then I thought no, because he was on his own. But I just thought it was so weird that I recognised a boxer, because that's so not me. But I think I've just watched a few of those big fights with Ali in the past. I think he was on our train. Gosh, we're talking all things hair at the moment. I did also go to Officine Universelle. Oh my gosh, my French followers are going to hate me. But I went to Bully, basically, Bully, as they say, because I tried to buy this online and it was sold out. They do the most beautiful barrettes, and you can have them engraved. I didn't want mine engraved, but I did want a very, very classic, almost like heirloom piece barrette. And this was the perfect, look at this pouch, so pretty. And so I went for this very classic tortoiseshell, because I thought, when clipping my hair up, after all of my lovely products, a very, very simple barrette would look lovely. So keeping that very much. It's the most beautiful little brand as well. It just, I actually haven't got to grips with their fragrances or anything like that at the moment, but I would love to really experience their fragrances and learn a little bit more about the brand. However, I'm gonna go and get comfortable, because my outfit I very much loved today, but I want to get comfy. Good morning, everyone. We finished up the evening with Ali's nan, Kathleen. In fact, that reminds me. Okay, I need to tell you about Ali's nan. She is well into her 90s now, and she is the loveliest, softest, most wonderful woman ever. And I think she's having a bit of a rough time at the moment. And so we went and saw her. Ali saw her the day before as well, and we went yesterday evening, and we were just chatting away in her living room. And she's otherwise known as Glam Nan. And she doesn't get glammed up that much anymore. She struggles with moving, and she's a bit uncomfortable, and feels a bit sorry for herself sometimes. But she sometimes does still get glammed up, and this Friday she is getting glammed up. However, her favourite lipstick, they can't find it anywhere, and I don't know if there is anyone out there that will help Glam Nan feel glam again. But she only wears three beauty products now, I believe. One is a Charlotte Tilbury, I think it was a blusher, Charlotte Tilbury blusher. She wears the Arborian BB skin tint, and then she wears a Chanel lipstick, and it's the only lipstick that Glam Nan will wear, and it is their Rouge Allure Velvet in number 42, L'éclatante. I don't know. And she says that it's like a really lovely hot pink, and she cannot find it anywhere. And so if there is anyone out there in the beauty world that can help get Glam Nan one of her favourite lipsticks, I think she would really appreciate it, because not a lot of things make her feel wonderful, and I think that lipstick is one of those things. Apparently it's been discontinued, but if anyone can make it happen, it's number 42, Chanel Rouge Allure Velvet L'Éclatante. Let me know if you can make it happen. It's been a busy day this morning. I have had two Zoom calls. One was handbag finalising bits and pieces with Fairfax and Favour. Another one was a fitting, like a virtual fitting, which was very interesting, but also very lovely. And I think it's about time I gave you an update on the renovations in the house. I know that lots of people have been asking me what has been going on and what's the updates, basically, and I have been skirting around the issues and not telling you anything. That was because I was waiting until Tuesday this week. And on Tuesday this week, I had one of the lovely ladies that is helping us just to get everything sorted. Because what I very quickly realised when we were tackling downstairs is that I simply don't have the time to rifle through things and find all of the different possibilities. What I know is how I want that space to look. I know what my style is, I know what I love, and I needed someone who is devoted to knowing what's going to complement what I want and help with sourcing. And so I found a wonderful lady, and it's just been the dream since she arrived. And so I had her here for the whole entire day on Tuesday, and we basically walked through the plans for the games room, the plans for my office, the lower ground floor, any finishing bits and bobs down there, the guest bedrooms, and any bits to sort of connect parts of the house with the new areas as well, because she's had a difficult job and it's been, you know, very, very interesting for her. However, before we get into the update, because I am going to give it to you and I'm going to take you around, I'm going to show you everything and explain to you what's going to be happening over the next few months, because we are literally at that point now where things are, we're just waiting to push a button. I have one of my most eagerly awaited deliveries of the season. And when I tell you that I wish, first of all, I can't believe I'm working with this brand. I'm sorry, when you have a brand on your bucket list for this many years, I actually can't put into words how much I love this brand. First and foremost, if I was this type of brand, it would be this, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. So excuse me if I'm very, very excited here, but I think that when it comes to this genre of product, if ever there was a brand for me to partner with in this way, it would be this brand. First of all, what I love as well is that I found them organically. So I bought their products, they found me organically. I found their products, I bought their products, I showed you guys their products, and you guys loved them just as much as I did. So I am so incredibly excited to be working with this brand on this video. So if you will allow me to unbox this, anyone would think we're about to unbox an Hermes bag, and that is simply not what is happening, okay? I have a box from Purdy and Fig, and quite honestly, I'm gonna tell you now, we've got a discount code. So if you know what you want from Purdy and Fig and you know you're just gonna want to go and buy this straight away, then my discount code is Lydia10. It will get you an extra 10% off on starter kits, and it will also get you a free bottle for life and also a free Purdy and Fig cleaning cloth. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, but that isn't the best bit about this brand. I'm sorry, it's not. When you smell their cleaning products, I'm not being extra, I'm not being over the top, I'm not being any of those things. They are my favorites. In every sense of the word, I have never loved cleaning fragrances as much as I love Purdy and Fig. So to be able to work on this, you have no idea. I wish it was my brand. In all honesty, I wish it was my brand, because it's pure perfection, absolute pure perfection. So without further ado, we are going to sample the starter kit together and get set up, and I'm going to be showing you throughout this video basically how I use their products and why I love them so much, which is just the dream, in all honesty. What a dream. But there's so many other things that I love about this brand as well. It is female founded and they are best friends, which I think is just joyful. It is, of course, a British brand as well, but what I love is that this is the epitome for me of a little moment of joy. And this, I think if I was to summarize what I mean when I say this, it's something like this, okay? It is taking something of your everyday life that can be particularly mundane, like cleaning, and making it a little bit more ritualistic, a little bit more indulgent, a little bit more special. That is what this is in a box. And it has just made my cleaning experience a little bit more posh. And so now I've developed these little hacks and rituals that I use with my Purdy and Fig products that is just so exciting to share with you. Now we have uplifting citrus, we have balancing floral, which I think is going to be absolutely perfect the moment that we start really feeling like spring is coming. Let's have a sniff of this one. So I might save this one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it is just like the most beautiful essential oils encapsulated into cleaning, and it makes cleaning feel luxurious, but the products are actually incredibly good as well, and they're natural and they're just beautiful. I'm saving this one for March, I think. We also have grounding vetiver. I think this would be one that Ali really likes. And I love the fact that all of the materials that they use are recyclable, they are reusable. So these are obviously your spray bottle for life. You're supposed to use this and refill it and wash it and use it and refill it. And what you're sent is 3 different scents to cover the next 3 months. So you've got like a subscription service as well. So you don't have to think about it. You know how I feel about subscription services? I don't like having to think about these things. And when it's as indulgent as this, it's perfection. Now, obviously you can just try things out and what have you. They've got other different products that you can add to your cart as well. But, oh my gosh. Oh, wow. This is like sweet. Oh, it's like sweet but citrus as well. I'm trying to think what this smells. It's almost like got a bit of orange in there as well. That is gorgeous, and it's just not like your normal cleaning products. And I promise you, try it for yourself and you will see exactly what I mean. So one of the things that I do is I clean all of my surfaces down, and once everything is done, the sink is done, the surfaces, the island, the table, everything, I'll go over to the sink with my Purdy and Fig bottle for life, and I just spritz 2 spritzes in either side of the sink. And I promise you, every single time you go to your sink, when you haven't watered it down, you will be greeted by the most elegant florals from Purdy and Fig that, oh, just the most elegant scents from Purdy and Fig, not just floral ones. And I do it in the toilet as well. If I've got people coming over, spritz in the sink in the bathroom, spritz in the toilet, spritz in the sink in the kitchen, and it just refreshes things and gives everything a little bit of a freshness. But as I said, I will be using these throughout. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that is like mornings in a botanical citrus infused greenhouse. Oh my gosh, it's incredible what they've done. I love this brand so much. So please, this is your opportunity to try this, and I guarantee you'll be sat there one day and you'll be thinking, I'm so happy that I made a few little rituals throughout my day out of the things that are a little bit more mundane. And cleaning is definitely one of those things. If you make cleaning a special experience, you're going to be using your special spray bottle, your special fragrance. I cannot tell you how it transforms something. It's what I talk about in my book, Evergreen. This really does epitomize that. And so to be working with this brand in this way, when it came in, I was like, I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to get too excited, because in this industry, often things come in, you get excited and they don't happen. But when I tell you that this is my dream brand, one of my dream brands to work with this year, and to already be doing this in February has put the biggest smile on my face. I'm so grateful to the brand for working with me, because this is truly just joy for me, pure joy. I mean, the cloth is green. The cloth is green. And like I said, with my discount code, you'll get 10% off the starter kit, and also you'll get a free bottle for life and a free little cloth. And I feel like we need to do like a Purdy and Fig evergreen inspired cloth that's like got botanicals on it. But hey, there's just so many ideas. There's so many ideas. But I'm very excited. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to open this up with you. But given that I'm about to give you a big old home update and we are about to move into spring cleaning season, I thought now is a very good time, and this could be the one thing that makes your spring cleaning this year a little bit more special. So if you're getting ready to start the spring chapter of Evergreen, perhaps that's what you can put on when you're doing your spring cleaning, and you can use your Purdy and Fig bottle in collaboration with Evergreen and really get yourself set up for the season ahead. Right. Well, I've got an hour and a half until I have to leave, and I'm not taking you with me where I'm going this evening. So I thought, let's at least start on the home update and give you a little bit of an overview of everything that's going to be happening. So I think maybe we shall might start downstairs. Sorry to dangle the carrot, but we have also just been sent a huge delivery of Wagyu beef. I think Ali, I don't think he's ever been so excited. Do you know what I wish I'd done? I wish I'd pretended that I ordered this for him as his Valentine's Day present, because it is Valentine's Day tomorrow. However, I wasn't that smart. Dear Lydia, we're absolutely over the moon to have the opportunity to send you a selection of our delicious Wagyu. We thought that they would go down a treat in your beautiful outdoor kitchen, included as a Wagyu topside for one of Ali's famous Sunday roasts. We hope you enjoy it. There is so much in here, it is unbelievable. But when I showed Mr. Millen Gordon this meat. Oh my goodness. And I love, obviously it's frozen, which means we can keep it in the freezer or the freezer in the shed and just utilize it throughout the coming season as the summer sort of progresses. There is so much in here though. Burgers. We have a Wagyu fillet, because this is, what is this? Wagyu top side. We have sausages. What are these? What are these? Wagyu sausages. Oh my goodness. Wagyu sausages. Wagyu short rib. Oh my goodness me. Wagyu mince. Oh my goodness me. I'll link the website down below, by the way, if you want to order anything, especially if you've got big green eggs yourself, or you've got some other, you're just a keen barbecuer in the summer. More Wagyu burgers. And all of these are born in the United Kingdom, reared in the United Kingdom, slaughtered in the United Kingdom, cut in the United Kingdom. Oh, very, very grateful for that. I'm very, very grateful to be able to have that on the big green egg and give it a go. Okay, I thought we could start in the hallway. These are just purely additions rather than changes, but I wanted to give you a bit of a visual of what the plan is. So at the moment we've got a lot of green and a lot of like lighter green tones, and I think what we're aiming to do is anchor that a little bit and add a little bit more of like depth to it. We're also looking at introducing a chest of drawers like this to the hallway in a beautiful antique sort of element. I think this will be really good for storing gloves and hats and bits and pieces for when you're just leaving. We're also looking to add a mirror and a bit more low-level lighting in the hallway, because a lot of the lighting is on the ceiling in this house. There's a lot of spotlights, there's a lot of high lighting, and we've been trying to introduce a lot more lamps and cozy lighting. We are waiting to see a sample of this particular fabric. It may be a little bit too vibrant for us. We always prefer those more knocked back tones, but this board here accurately shows how adding a little bit of an anchor colour in this sort of cognac colour will add. We've got little bits of this throughout the house anyway, but I think adding a little bit more will add the details of the floor downstairs and just create that warmth a little bit more. So, because these are the colours that we've got and the floor that we've got within the house as it stands. So yes, a little bit more storage in terms of furniture, a little bit more dark wood furniture, a little bit more low-level lighting, and a mirror, so that will reflect a lot more light around the dark hallway. There's also going to be runners, and there's also going to be other fabric introductions as well. So out here is a bit of a work in progress still. We could very easily just keep the table but add some layers of fabric in the form of a tablecloth and a big arrangement down here to add depth. There's going to be either mirrors or artwork and lighting on the walls. The other option that we have is to add a very, very lovely wooden wine fridge down here that would be all temperature controlled and make a bit of a statement down here. Now, we've had a quote for what that would be. It would almost look like a bit inbuilt, and I think depending on how we go elsewhere, that is a potential, but it's something that we can play by ear. But lots of rugs, lots of layers, and that kind of thing is what we're aiming to do. Into this area, so what you're seeing here on the floor at the moment is the new island of the bar as it stands. This is all still being made and just being tweaked very, very rigorously, because we've had a few little hurdles with it. But if I turn on the lights in here, you will see that there are boards and paraphernalia everywhere. So if I give you an idea here of what is going to be on this back wall. So these are three options that we were going with. So these plinths that you can see either side here. So there's one here and one is going to be built out here. We were either looking at paneling those with paneling to match the bar, or leaving the bar as is and just adding maybe artwork and picture lights and that kind of thing. We think we're going to go for this third option. I really like the paneling, but I think you'll understand why we're not going for that just yet. This side here is with the bar in front of it, and then this side on the left is without the bar in front of it. So it would be as if you're just looking at the back wall without the bar island there. So that's a little good understanding. So I pulled out my tapestry. Well, actually, Ali pulled out my tapestry, and the lady that's helping us, Jules, really did just light up. So this is actually going to be something that we're going to be giving to some sort of upholstery place to have it mounted, and we are going to be having, as I previously said, a tapestry in this area when the screen goes up, basically. So we've got boards here. Now that is for my office. These are my office boards. This is the boards for down here, and these are all of the samples. So this is the wood sample for the colour of the bar, so it's going to be slightly different to the beams, just to again add depth and differentiation. This is what I am so excited about. This is almost like a Hessian wallpaper. So rather than painting it green down here, we are actually going to be putting fabric onto the walls, and I cannot wait for this. This is something that my grandma did a lot when she was doing sort of houses for herself. All of the offices always had fabric walls, like a black watch tartan or anything like that, and so I'm excited to utilise this, and I see a lot of similarities between Jules and my grandma's style. These are all of the fabric options. This is also the bar top option that we are looking at, which has this burgundy red veining to it, which is going to anchor in all of these colours as well. Anchor is definitely the word of the day. This is the rug that we're going to be using most likely in here. Really big jute, chunky rugs like this. We're looking at a brown velvet sofa at the moment as well. You'll see something sort of like this here, a little bit Soho Home-esque, that kind of thing. Obviously jute rugs, we've got the lighting here, we've got the lighting that will be sitting within the bar area, and that sort of detailing on there. We're thinking about this for curtains. This is PFAL, which is gorgeous. We've got lots of the fabrics that we love from Holland and Sherry as well. I think we were tempted to have a few suits made out of these fabrics. More Holland and Sherry in like a herringbone, and we've got some Beaumont and Fletcher. This Holland and Sherry is just gorgeous. So lots of tweeds, and then really bringing in some richness as well into the fabric. So that's really exciting to just see all of this coming together and seeing how it's going to look. Now we're going to be having a bespoke pool table made. We're still deciding on what the top colour will be for it, but that's going to be very, very exciting. This wall at the back is likely going to be panelled to match the bar, just to make a bit of a feature out of it and give it that element of grandeur. Lots of wall lights, lots of armchairs, lots of rugs, very thick, luxurious curtains, and really, really just creating lots of layering and depth to it. So we're very excited to get going on this and to have these to hand to show you what's been going on behind the scenes, because we haven't just been sat twiddling our thumbs, we are working to get this done. Now these are the plans for my office. Now you will know the moment that you see this fabric that I just fell in love. So these are the proposed curtains for my office. You can see them in action here. We are also going to be adding built-in bookcases, and then this sofa style is going to be sat within the bookcase. I love the colour that's been chosen as well, because if you look, if I get it in the light, it is pretty much my evergreen green, so a really lovely dark green in there. So I'm hoping that this is going to become a little bit of a nook where I can scuttle off to read and things like that. We're going to be reusing my office table that we already have in there, but lots of lighting, seating, and a desk that people can pull up chairs at, but also that I can use and just use on my own as well. We have fabrics here. Now, we've obviously gone through and said fabrics that we might change. So I initially said this was probably a little bit too pink for me if I show you in the light, but I love these more paisley details here. The ottoman in there will be in this, which is a fantastic fabric, actually made from reusing the hairs from horsetails to weave into fabrics. So this is from a company called John Boyd Textiles, and again this is in Somerset, England, and so this will be utilised for the ottoman in the room. Very durable, as you know, but also such a lovely little touch, because obviously we've got Atlas's old saddle as well that we will be using as decor in the house. This is what they had suggested for the walls in there, but we're going to go with the more Hessian fabric that we've got in here as well. So slightly muddier, and I think that's much more in line. These are the details of the mirror that will be in there as well. So really, really lovely. And then just a few little touches. I mean, I'm not 100% on these two. I think for me, I'd prefer something, you know, green. But Jules is trying to get me away from using green for everything. But these are all just details. I love the herringbone. I love this velvet high pile brown, and it's just going to be so, so pretty. So that's down here. But what's really good about it is there is pretty much nothing structural that we need to do. We were obviously looking at the fireplace and things like that, but now it is just adding, and that feels good. It feels good that we can just, first things we're going to need to do is electrics and any plumbing. Second thing we'll need to do is sign off all of the carpentry work, and hopefully then we can start building out anything that needs to be done in terms of hiding things behind walls, and then we can really get cracking. I'm hoping at least by autumn these rooms will be usable. I'm hoping, so hopeful. I also have to show you what is planned for the guest bedrooms as well, because those are going to be finished. However, I might have to show you those later because I need to get ready. And fast forward to today. We are prepping things because we are going on a Valentine's Day hike, and this was basically what we decided we wanted to do for Valentine's Day, but do it with our friends as well. So we're going into an area of the Cotswolds that maybe we haven't explored so much, and we're going to head to the Pig at Barnsley, different Barnsley though, to the Barnsley Duckling. We're doing a walk through that area and then finishing back at the Pig for a Valentine's Day dinner together. However, the house is going to be shut up all day, and there's going to be 4 dogs here, so I want to just do a little bit of a refresh before I open my Valentine's Day present with you. I want to show you the things I do. I like to do these things before I leave the house or before I have guests coming over, and today we have both of those things. So what I thought it would be good to do is to stock up my Purdy and Fig in my new bottle for life, and I'm going to, we've already got one that's almost finished just here. We're going to pop in, I think I'm going to go for the Balancing Floral, because we've just had the news that apparently after 8 days of very, very dark weather in the UK, we are about to start feeling the real moments of spring coming in. And so Balancing Floral is my optimism from Purdy and Fig. Just to let you know that my code is Lydia10. It will get you an extra 10% off the starter kit. You'll also get the bottle for life, and you'll get the little cloth, which is cute. So I'm going to pop this in here. What you do is you basically fill it up with water, and just like normal, which I really love the fact that it's just the majority of water in this little bottle, and then you open it up, and as simple as that, you just pour it in, like so. Now I always give it a little shake like that, just to mix everything up. And in order to really bed in nice clean surfaces, nice clean fragrances, I'm going to first of all pop all of the clutter that is behind me away. Then I'm going to spritz the surfaces, and then I'm going to show you what I do once I've done all of that to just leave a really subtle fragrance in the air. Now obviously Purdy and Fig is all natural and wonderful and exactly what I want to be using in my kitchen in terms of scents. So first things first, before we get going, I received the loveliest box from Jo Malone this morning with a few little wild bluebell bits and pieces, and it said, just because we hear you're a fan, and I didn't know that they did a body mist of this. This is going to be really nice. I think what I'll do is I'll sort of mist this onto my body and then see what it's like underneath, like clothes. But I've also got a candle, and in all honesty I think this might have to be my spring like candle fragrance for this season, because so gorgeous, so gorgeous. And also when I'm feeling a little indulgent, they've sent the body cream as well, which is really wonderful if you like layering. So maybe you want the freshness, the greenness, the optimism of wild bluebell, but you want to maybe add a little bit of the silky smoothness of peony and blush suede to just add that rich edge. You can add that on top. Oh, so gorgeous. So I'm going to pop those away over here. I also have, oh, I haven't told you about my jumper as well. I bought this jumper on eBay. This is vintage aquascutum. Now, I knew this was going to happen with aquascutum. I was searching earlier in the year for a vintage aquascutum coat. And you know, it's so sad because that's one of the British brands that I think is such a travesty that we lost. Because it is sadly no longer with us. It was one of, I think it was a Royal Warrant holder as well as a brand, and they made macks and coats and things like that for the royal family. My grandpa used to wear them. It was always one of those brands that was just gorgeous. Anyway, this jumper is vintage aquascutum, and obviously for obvious reasons you can see why I loved it, and I just thought this would be so lovely with suit trousers but also just over leggings like I'm wearing it today. I've got a little roll neck underneath, and this was honestly, like, it was so affordable. And I think before buying any of those vintage inspired pieces that you might see in like the high street, definitely check out vintage aquascutum on eBay or places like that, because so good. Also, my English Garden magazine arrived today, and it says the prettiest season, spring gardens full of bulbs and blossom. This is the April Inspiration edition for everyone who loves beautiful gardens. This is April. We're still in February. Okay, so this is very optimistic, but I'm going to get lots of inspiration because the spring install has been booked. I'm starting to feel the tingles in my spring loins. Right, anyway, so moving these all over to one side. Little mugs of tea. I'm going to pop these two away. Now, what I would say is, when you enjoy your Purdy and Fig, I would say that sometimes you might use it a little bit quicker than the sort of subscription, but then there are months when I don't use it as much. And so what I would say is, just go with the flow and enjoy your Purdy and Fig and try not to think about it too much. Now, I always wet the little microfiber a little bit. Ali doesn't like it that I do that, but I do. It just makes my product go even further and spreads out the fragrance even more. And I'm just going to give everything a good once over, so that when we get home, you open the doors and it's just a wonderful blooming bouquet of fragrance from Purdy and Fig, but it's also natural and it's not overbearing for the animals. This is one of my little home fragrance hacks, because obviously you can't leave candles on in your home, so this is a nice way to make things smell fresh and clean at the same time. Now, I'm about to give this sink a good clean as well. However, I thought I would show you the micro herbs, but these are the ones that are live. So if I was to go and plant this outside now, or in a pot at least, it would still grow. And this was something that I thought was super interesting and intriguing, because I'd seen a lot of people growing these in pots and then cutting them, but this is still a live entity. So we've got these coming through now. So I want to see if I can at least try to freeze some. And I need to get these out of the sink anyway, so that I can clean them. So I'm going to give these a wash, and then I'm going to try storing some in the fridge in some water, and then storing some in the freezer as well. But how gorgeous do they look? Like little hairy toupees. But before I do the micro herbs, I am going to blitz this sink because it is filthy, and that is what happens in sinks. So I'm going to give it a good spritz of the Purdy and Fig just all over, and I'm going to give it a scrub down. Now the sink is looking a lot cleaner. These marks are unfortunately what happens when you have a porcelain sink and you put pots and pans in there and things like that. So they are marks. But once the sink is clean, in order to just leave the freshness and the scent lingering in the air, I take my Purdy and Fig and I spritz 2 or 3, usually 3, around each sink, and I just leave it, because that means every single time I come over to the sink, I am met by almost like a waft of the fragrance, and it is beautiful. And I actually do this as a little hack around the home as well. The downstairs cloakroom is always a good place to start. So if the sink is clean, you give it a little spritz. I usually do it onto the porcelain instead. And then I also, now I know that Purdy and Fig do little drops that you can put down the toilet as well. I very much want to get my hands on those because it means I won't be using my spray. You can spritz 3 into the toilet bowl as well, and then close the lid, and it kind of acts almost like a chamber, but then almost a double chamber as well, because when you walk in, obviously the door will be closed, so you'll be met by the beautiful fragrance from the sink, and then when your guests or whoever goes to use the loo, they lift up the lid and it's like a second waft, like opening a beautiful bouquet of flowers. It does also smell beautiful in here already because we've got some flowers in here that are looking very lovely, although they are almost gone. And it is also good to do for guests when you've got guests coming over and you want the bathroom to just have that freshness, even if you haven't had an opportunity to go in there and refresh it on the day. I would always say 3 squirts, pop the lid down and onto the porcelain and leave it at that. Little refresh. Just a little reminder, my code is Lydia10. I'll pop all of the links in the description box down below. Now, let's make a start on washing the microherbs and attempting the first batch. I mean, they shouldn't last too long because we should be having them on like our dishes and things like that, but just, I would love to have some that we can just reach for when we need them as well. So this is definitely a learning curve. When I Googled it, it said you can freeze sprouts, so not as in Brussels sprouts, but sprouts. So we're going to start by separating these into some that are going to go into the fridge and some that are going to go into the freezer, and we're going to wash them and pop them onto some baking paper, I think. So let's do this first batch. I'm going to get them washing in my little, oh my goodness me, little sprouts. Lay them onto some tissue paper to get them to dry. Spread them out, and then what we will do is transfer them onto baking paper sheets, and then I will pop them into some stashes, I think. This means that we will be freezing in the elements and nutrients as much as possible, and I'm going to do the same with these and with these, and get to using. So the alfalfa sprouts are apparently good for helping lower cholesterol, also blood management, and also could help with like menopause symptoms as well. Obviously I'm not there yet, but I do have issues with my hormones, so I imagine that this will be quite good as like a little regular thing to just add to dishes to add in those sorts of benefits. There's also vitamin K, copper, folate and magnesium, and they're low in calorie, but that's definitely not something that interests me. But they're really good in like sandwiches. If you have like a egg and cress sandwich, this is literally lovely as an alternative. You can pop it on top of salads, eggs, everything, and it's just a little garnish that makes it look lovely but also has lots of goodness in it. Now these are fascinating. So these are the munga or munja, whatever you want to say, but these are packed full of vitamins A, B1, B2, C, E and niacin, as well as potassium, phosphorus and iron, and bizarrely and unexpectedly they are relatively high in fibre and protein for a vegetable, so that's really, really good if you're maybe someone that struggles to get more protein. It's just a lovely way to either add some in or substitute, however you fancy. So yeah, I've got to tell you that these actually are really, really good for you, which is lovely to just add to dishes. morning, everyone. We have arrived to the Pig in Barnsley, and hilariously, this is what is my Valentine's Day present waiting outside, but my one's at home. But this is actually not where we're stopping. We are heading straight out on a little wine walk because that's what we're doing for our Valentine's Day this year. Just to give you an update, good morning. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning and we have just made it to Barnsley, and I haven't slept very well last night, so bear with me with my pink eyes. This is where the new Pig is, and this is where we're having dinner tonight. But basically it's Valentine's Day and we decided that we would really fancy to do like a couple's walk with our friends, and so that's what we're doing. We are here, it's very cold, I've got my gloves on, I've got every single layer you could ever imagine. My ears are a little bit cold, but I do have a headband in my bag, I think. But basically we're doing about a 20-mile walk through a different area of the Cotswolds. This is how we're basically discovering and finding the best parts of the Cotswolds. So we've just stopped off, had a little bit of work to do, and now we're heading out, so we'll be back here later. But very much looking forward to it, with a hop, skip and a jump. And my husband's there, I'm with my best friend and her partner, and we've just been to the Pig. The Pig! Ali has already been singing in the background of my videos.
Spoiling you on the early start today.
So we've actually just come straight out of the Pig, and I've realised that I follow someone who owns the house, and it was so weird. I was like, oh my gosh, I know this house. Carrie was like, let's go knock on the door. I'm like, no. Oh my goodness, so we are just walking from Barnsley to the next village stop. We actually haven't had any celebratory drinks yet, so our eyes are correct. There are piggies, if you can see them, truffle snuffling in the woods. This looks like something out of like Labyrinth or something, seeing their ears going, this is wild. Hello, Porky. Oh my goodness. Hello. They're obviously very friendly because they're coming over. So this is where you come if you want to dispose of a body. Good to know. Yeah. Hello, Porky.
Such a beautiful colour.
I know, yeah. They smell like coriander.
Truffle snufflers.
Wow, they smell just like coriander. The next stop on the wine walk is Ampney Crucis, which I've actually never heard of, but I'm very much looking forward to getting there. And we're seeing a side of the Cotswolds today that we've really not explored a whole lot. And we're just walking down this road. We've had one car so far, and it's all flanked by the beautiful Cotswold stone walls. This is where the pigs are living in there as well. You can hear the pheasants. It's lovely. So we have made it to Ampney Crucis. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It is such a beautiful village. Oh my gosh. We're hoping that the pub is going to be open. We found the war memorial. Oh, everyone has said that there is something rather beautiful here. Oh wow, something very, very special. Oh, so that must be the mill house through there. And we seem to find a lot of these sorts of mill houses. I wonder if that's wasabi. But this is so beautiful. Wow, so pretty. We are at the first stop and it is not quite drinking time yet. We have to wait for them to open up, but we are choosing in anticipation. Oh, they've got a Sancerre. Perfect. I'll have a Sancerre. So we're just leaving our first stop, which was Wild Honey and Thyme.
Yeah, Wild Honey and Thyme.
Very lovely name. It's also the Crown Inn. I think they were preparing for a wedding, but during our drink, we've learnt the parameters of my clothing.
You have indeed.
Because I think I'm still getting used to having, obviously, a horse. Sorry, we're on a main road now. I'm getting used to having a horse, and when you're with a horse, I'm sure anyone that's got one will know that you're quite like, oh, they smell really nice. However, you just get little skids of things on your clothing that maybe you miss. And I wore these trousers. Carrie's just looked at me like, oh. I wore these trousers yesterday, and I wasn't riding, so I didn't have my breeches on, so I thought, do you know what, we're going for a walk in the Cotswolds, why would I wear something new? I'll just wear my lovely brown jeans that I wore yesterday, because they're dirty anyway, and they're gonna get dirty. And Ali sat there whilst we're having a drink, and he starts smelling his boots.
What a trodden poo.
And he's like, have you got like something on your boots or something? And then I said, oh well, I did actually wear these trousers yesterday to the stables, and sometimes afterwards if I put something back on, I'm like, oh yeah.
You've definitely knelt in horse poo.
I haven't knelt in anything, but I think he may have rubbed himself on something. And anyway, Ali took one sniff of my knee and just went. So I'm learning that you don't get 2 days out of the clothing that you wear to the stables.
You wear them to the stables again.
Well, even then, I'm not so sure. But yeah, so that's a lesson learned. And obviously we're supposed to be having dinner at the Pig, and I tried to put something on that I could take off my Holland Cooper gilet and this coat.
And take trousers off.
I know.
Happy Valentine.
Yeah. But I think that I thought it was going to be like a nice option to still be like warm and cozy, but no, I'm gonna
look the part.
Just
smell like
which arguably smell the part too.
Well, I do have fragrance with me.
So do I.
We came on a hike with no water, no battery charger for our phones, but I have got a hip flask of whiskey and fragrance. And a camera.
A Leica. So we're doing what we do best, and we are stopping for a little wetting of the whistle by the side of the road, or by the side of the golf club at this point. And Carrie has informed me that she has something to show us.
So I got a present in my stocking, and it turned out it was supposed to be one, but I got 10 of these.
So sharing is caring.
I'm sharing is caring. But can you guess what it is?
No.
I bought the ones in the most Valentine's appropriate couple, but we've got colour, but we've got one each.
Wow.
Now, is it bondage? Or does it hold your champagne flute while you're walking?
Wow.
Oh, it won't work with the cups.
But how cool
It does look like a gimp mask though.
Will it work though?
Oh wow. So we are currently en route to South Cerney, and we did have to cross a bit of a treacherous road that I didn't vlog. Oh, I see why this is treacherous. So electric fence that you can hear being electric, and in order to get past the mud you have to hold on to this. Yeah, and you have to oh goodness me. They roll, my love, so be careful. So Carrie and her partner have been here before. They've actually stayed here and they know the pub that we're going to, but we have not explored this part. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it, because I have to say, oh wow, like this side is arguably more beautiful. Goodness me. Really, really beautiful property just here as well. And then we've got sheepy bars over here in the dry Cotswold stone wall.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much that wall would have cost to build.
I know, but also it costs so much to build, and yet
at the far end.
it's so easily knocked down, but also such a great habitat for other like bits of wildlife. I wonder what sheep breed this is. We have arrived to South Cerney and we are heading into the Elliot Arms, which looks very, very lovely. Look at these wobbly stones, and how many people will have walked over these. It's just phenomenal. It's completely worn away. Oh, it's gorgeous. We found the most on-brand road in the Cotswolds. I love it. This is Carrie's partner's favourite road. Yeah, they need to get a little dinghy for that.
No, not a dinghy. It's like one of those rapids where you get the donut and you just sit in the donut in your bikini, like
In the Cotswolds. on Bow Wow Lane. All very on brand.
But instead of wearing a bikini, you're wearing like
a mankini.
A dry suit. I'm gonna watch this and be like,
yeah.
Way too pissed at 2 p.m.
Like the allotment. Is that allotments? Yeah, it is.
We walked past that earlier.
Oh yeah, we did.
On the other side
Oh yeah, good job you're here, Mildred. We are currently in Driftfield and this is quite something. I've fallen in love with this house, although I'm always someone that prefers to be a little bit further away from the road. This little nook here, oh my gosh, what a cute little Airbnb. But we are currently against the clock on getting to our next pub and just discovering so many houses, although I would really like to go in and have a look at this church because it looks exceptionally kept, and the church in our village is one of the most beautiful churches I have ever been inside of, and so now I basically rate all churches in comparison to ours, and that is exquisite. There are many
Snapshot of the week.
Oh, well done, team. Anyone would think we just went across the River Nile. It's a stream in the Cotswolds. Now we are coming to the water rapids. Well, we are really off-piste here. I like it. We are in the depths of the Cotswolds. All of the wasabi. We're going to be rich. Millionaires.
This sounds lovely.
Yeah, this a nice gentle trickle. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Ali with his hip flask. Blumeneck. It is, I think we're about, well, I'm probably over egging the pudding massively here, but probably like 10 to 15 miles into this now. We are heading to our last pub, which is the Falcon Inn, before we head back to the Pig in Barnsley. And how glorious is this? It has gone 5 p.m. and it is still light outside. We have seen so many animals. It's been actually such a treat for me, because the books I'm listening to at the moment are more wildlife focused. So I'm obviously reading the book about the hares, and I'm reading the book about England, and seeing so many hares, so many. We definitely don't see many hares where I live, and wow, it was such a treat. There's been so many deer, there's been so many birds, it's been wonderful. And so I've very much enjoyed myself, but we still have our Valentine's Day meal to look forward to. Oh, I just love it. Every so often you just find a little crooked house in the middle of nowhere. On a very busy road, we have found the Falcon Inn. Final, well, it's not the final resting place.
No, it's not, but
We're going in how many minutes?
35. We've got time for one.
So many houses like that you see in the Cotswolds. It's lovely. We are back at the Pig for Valentine's dinner, and we've just had the loveliest taxi driver, a gentleman called John from Romania. Definitely not his normal name, but he's adapted. And we're about to head in for our Valentine's Day dinner together. So we're going to kind of strip off a few layers and try and look a little bit presentable and head inside. I'm very excited to try this as well, very excited. have been to the stables and come back and just had dinner with my husband, which was very lovely. We're about to curl up in front of the TV, and I'm actually going to continue on with my book, but I've also been delivered this, so I think I'll sit down and read that. I have to tell you about the book, England, okay, because I started off and I was a bit sort of like, this is a bit, you know, I'm not sure about this book. It's one of my favourite books I've ever listened to. It is fascinating. At the moment, I am learning about beech trees and a little bit about oak trees as well, but it's mainly about is it Burnham Beechwood? I've never been there, but apparently it is in Buckinghamshire, so I definitely would like to go. But basically it's talking about how Beechwood apparently used to make the paper for books when books were first invented, and it talks about where the name originates from beech, I believe. I'm terrible at recounting facts from this book because there's a lot, but if you love interesting facts about England, it is so good. I am honestly enjoying it so much. I thought I would show you. I've done my stashes or I can't remember their name, either stackers or stashes. So let's see how they're looking. So these have been in there a few hours now. Oh, they're looking good. I was worried that they would just sort of wilt and die, but they're frozen really nicely with their leaves intact. And then I've got the alfalfa, as Ali says. So that's that. Now, I feel like I should get my Valentine's Day present opened. Let's get into this box because it is burning a hole in my hallway. Okay, they've even put a bow on the top. So this is from a place called Velvet Victoria. And do not tell, I have no idea how I found this, okay? And when I tell you that I've been searching for one of these for years, absolute years, your favourite hotels and garden centres will have these. Okay, exciting. Oh my goodness me. Now, because I obviously asked for this for Valentine's Day, we did speak to them to see how quickly they could get it here.
I just closed the fridge if that's what I did.
Oh, sorry. I wonder what was the big thing. Ali obviously paid for it, but they may have included some bits inside just because I obviously messaged them. And they have. I think they've given some little bits and pieces.
Oh. Right, do you want a hand?
Yes, please. Dear Lydia, happy Valentine's Day. We hope that you love your new wagon. I'm sure it will feel right at home in your beautiful garden. So lovely.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ta-da! My new wheels.
Wow.
Wow, it's so cool. We'll have to figure out how this goes. But basically, this is my little wagon. So it means I can load it all up with stuff and then leave it at the green bin for you.
Yeah. I'd never seen them before.
They've got them at Dalesford.
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, they have them at Dalesford. I love them. Oh, thanks, babe.
It's a pleasure.
My new wheels. Can you make this work?
I'm not going to take claim for finding this because you found it.
No, I found it. We're very good at being like, this is what I would like for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And honestly, the 2 strippers were lovely. Would you like me to work out how to make that work?
Yeah, I'm trying to what to
Come here
do.
then.
Got good.
Worked it out. Good.
We can put our sausage dogs in it. So all right, Porty.
Yeah, so that's just there for comfort.
Yeah.
So you can push it at whatever height you want.
Yeah.
And then that's on an axis, so you can turn. So the front wheels stay always in that position.
The thing that's going to be interesting is using it on gravel.
The wheels look like they should be okay on gravel.
Okay.
Because they're like tyres, you see?
Yeah.
And they're quite sizey.
So exciting.
Yeah, it's got a good
movement. It's really nicely made, isn't it?
yeah.
Get rid of that box now, can't we?
Yes.
It's a very big box.
Love it in there.
She would love being in there. We didn't actually get each other cards this year because, well, I got Ali a card and I put it somewhere so safe. It was a sausage dog card, obviously. I put it somewhere so safe that I can't find it, and he ordered me one, and it was like he ordered it like a week ago and it still hasn't arrived. So no cards this year, but I thought I would show you the other bits they sent. These are going to be gorgeous for spring. When Gemma and I do our little spring install in a couple of weeks, these will be perfect for a very, very beautiful spring table. The other thing that Ali ordered me, what I want for, well, you know what, I'm not going to put it in this video, because when it arrives, I'll show them and I'll talk through what it is that I wanted for, and why I wanted it. Yes, Ali got pants.
Apparently.
Well, I asked him what he wanted and that was it, pants.
I can't think of anything.
Ooh!
Nice.
Yeah. Different candle holder for like these will be, do you know what, these will be very good for my next, for my other thing that's coming.
Ooh, they're nice.
Oh no, not napkins, these are cushion covers.
Yeah.
So cute!
They're embroidered or?
Yeah, a bit printed as well. Very lovely. That's so kind. Obviously these bits I didn't order, they just very kindly sent them with my wagon because I asked them for delivery times. But this, like with the candlesticks, really nice. Well, I've had a very lovely Valentine's Day. I've had a very lovely few days, and I'm in the process of losing the ability to walk because I wore my old Dewberry boots and I obviously walk differently in them, and so the tendons on the side of my legs are spicy. But anyway, I'm going to end this vlog here because I've been talking to you so much, and I will see you guys in my next one.